When people think about the fall of Rome, they usually imagine external attacks, barbarians at the gates, legions collapsing, emperors being killed in their palaces. But most great empires don't fall only from the outside. It starts slowly from within. And one of the most important parts of that process is often money. Rome didn't end only because of wars or the mistakes of rulers. Its monetary system also gradually broke down. For a time, Rome's most important currency was the denarius. At first, it was made almost entirely of silver, and everyone trusted it. Soldiers were paid with it, merchants used it for trade, and people stored their savings in it. In other words, it wasn't just money, it was trust itself. But as the empire grew, things became more difficult. Borders expanded, wars increased, and the number of soldiers rose. All of this meant massive expenses. When tax revenues were no longer enough, the state tried a different approach, slightly reducing the amount of silver in the coin. So from the outside it still looked like the same coin, but inside it was slowly being hollowed out. At first no one really noticed, but over time the consequences became clear. As money lost value, prices started to rise. Things that once cost a single unit of currency became much more expensive. Soldiers demanded higher pay, merchants stopped trusting the currency, and in some places people had to return to bartering. In the end, everyone felt this decline and deterioration in one way or another. As things got worse, the state tried to solve the problem by printing more money. But instead of fixing it, this only made things worse, because the more money there was, the less valuable it became. This process led Rome into a major crisis, especially in the 3rd century. Wars, civil unrest, and economic problems piled up on top of each other. Emperors changed very quickly, and order almost disappeared. The state even tried to control the situation by fixing prices, but because money had already lost trust, this didn't work. People ignored official prices, black markets emerged, and trade became even more difficult. In the end, Rome abandoned its old monetary system and moved to a more stable currency. But even this change was not enough to stop the collapse in the West. The simple lesson from this is, when a monetary system breaks down, it affects not only the economy, but the entire society, because money is at the foundation of almost everything people do together, based on trust. Rome shows us that problems usually don't explode all at once. They build up slowly, go unnoticed, and one day everything seems to break at the same time. And perhaps the most important point is this. History is not just something that happened in the past. It is like a mirror for understanding today.